100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 1. Did you know? A cat uses both its mouth and nose for smelling. Cats have a special organ in the roof of their mouth called vomeronasal organ. Cats use this organ to breathe in scent through mouth. This is called Flamen reaction. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 2. Did you know? Sir Isaac Newton is credited with inventing the cat door. The story goes that Newton wanted his cat to have access to every room, including the dark room that he used for optical illusions. Newton cut a hole that his cat could pass through, and a smaller, lower hole for her kittens. He hung a black cloth over the openings to keep the lights out, thereby inventing the first cat flap door. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 3.
Did you know? Cats were held in such a high regards in ancient times that the crime of killing a cat was punishable by death. Ancient Egyptians shaved their eyebrows as a sign of mourning when one of their cat died. In the 5th century BCE, when Persian soldiers attacked Egyptian city of Pelusium, the soldiers in the front line carries live cats as they march towards the Egyptians' army. As the Persians predicted, the Egyptians chose to surrender instead of risking the lives of the revered cats.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 4. Did you know? Why do cats spend so much time grooming themselves? Cats are painstakingly clean animals, and many spend as many as 2 or 3 hours each day grooming themselves. They groom themselves as a means of keeping warm during colder months. Licking smooths the fur, which traps warm air close to the animal body. Licking also stimulates glands in the cat's skin that release secretion to help the coat water resistant. You may notice that a cat immediately cleaning itself after you handle it. The cat is simply ridding itself of your scent and replenishing its own. The only spot on a cat's body that its tongue cannot reach are its face, ears and back of its head. It is especially cute to watch a cat kick its front paws and then use them as a washcloth on these areas. The rough side of a cat's tongue. A cat's tongue contains numerous backward-pointing hooks that help with self-grooming. These tiny barbs are also what makes a cat's tongue feel like a sandpaper when it licks you.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 5. Why do cats purr? Purring is often a sign of happiness, but many cats also purr at times when they are anything but content. A cat may purr as a means of comforting itself when feeling stressed, or it may purr to let another cat know that it has no bad intentions. Interestingly, purring is a self-healing as well as self-soothing behavior. A cat's purring falls between 25 and 150 Hz. Scientists assert that sounds within this range actually speed the healing bones, ligament, muscles and tendons. Perhaps this is why cats experience more rapid recoveries from broken bones than dogs. Did you know? Cats purr upon inhaling as well as exhaling.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 6. True or false? Do cats have whiskers on their leg? True. In addition to the whiskers on the face, cats have small whiskers on the back of their front legs. These sensitive hair are located behind the carpus, or wrist. Leg whiskers help a cat to determine the size and exact location of prey animal.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 7. Do you know? Many cats find the scent of catnip extremely tantalizing. If you offer this plant-based treat, be prepared for the cat to sniff it, roll around on its back, and purr with total abandon. Rest assured that your pet will return to normal shortly, with no lingering effects. Catnip is neither dangerous nor addictive. Kittens less than 6 months of age and extremely elder cats usually do not respond to catnip. Although catnip is safe for a cat, it is important that you use caution if you own more than one cat. Individual cats can react in a remarkable different way to this substance. Some cats, particularly males, may go from being easygoing to aggressive.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 8. Did you know? On the hit television show Friends, Lisa Kudrow's character, Phoebe Buffay, was an aspiring singer-songwriter. Her best-known song, Smelly Cat, became a jingle for a cat litter company in Season 3 Episode 14, the one with Phoebe's ex-partner.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 9. Did you know? In the feline species, there is a close link between deafness and coloration. About 22% of white cats with non-blue eyes are born deaf due to a genetic mutation. For white cats with one blue eye and one non-blue eye, the percentage rise to 40%. When a cat is born with a white coat and two blue eyes, it has an 85% chance of being deaf. Interestingly, white cats with one blue eye and one yellow eye are often deaf only on the side with the blue eye.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 11.
Did you know? When cats walk, they often exhibit a gait where their hind paws step directly into the prints of their forepaws, creating a seemingly single set of footprints. This behavior, known as direct registering, is an instinctive way for cats to minimize noise and leave fewer visible tracks, which can be advantageous for stealth and hunting while maintaining stable footing.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 12. Do you know, many cats are lactose intolerant. Although your cat may enjoy drinking a saucer of milk or cream, many cats have a bad reaction to consuming these and other dairy products. Like some people, cats lack the digestive enzymes needed to break down lactose in the stomach. The effect of feeding dairy to a cat can range from mild diarrhea to severe abdominal pain. Some cats can tolerate small amount of milk or cream if they are diluted with a little water and offered occasionally.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 13. Did you know, a cat uses its tail to express various types of emotions? For example, if the cat holds its tail upright and still when greeting you, this means that it is pleased to see you, and that it is feeling relaxed and comfortable. While the cat is being patted, its tail will quiver as a sign of pleasure. A wagging tail may indicate anger, but it can also be a sign that the cat is facing a dilemma. For instance, should it take the food being offered by a stranger or not? The tail also serves as an important tool for maintaining balance.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 14. Did you know, the cat in Noah's Ark, a Jewish legend? When Noah brought all the animals aboard the ark, he faced a big problem. Rats and mice began to multiply uncontrollably, threatening to overrun the ark and eat all the food. Noah, distressed, prayed to God for a solution. In response, God made the lion sneeze, and out of that sneeze a cat was born, a creature perfectly suited to control the rodent population. From then on, the cat kept the mice and rats in check, saving the ark from disaster.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 16. Does heat hurt? No one knows for certain whether estrus is painful for female cats. However, most cats make yowling noises when they are in heat, so it is safe to assume that they feel at least a bit uncomfortable during this time. Here's what's going on during heat. Hormonal changes make them restless, vocal, and anxious. They may yowl or cry loudly. This isn't pain, but a mating call that can sound like they're in distress. Some cats roll around, rub against everything, or assume mating positions frequently, which is driven by instinct. They might stop eating, have trouble sleeping, or seem agitated.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 17. Did you know, a healthy adult cat can sleep up to 16 hours a day? This means that a 3-year-old cat has been awake for only about 1 year of its life. Cats are basically professional nappers. They go into light sleep, cat naps, often throughout the day, always ready to pounce if needed. Some even adjust their nap schedule to match their humans' routines.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 18. Did you know how to determine a cat's gender? Gently lift its tail and inspect the area beneath it. If the two openings are close together, the cat is female. If they are farther apart, the cat is a male. Interesting fact, a group of kittens is called a kindle.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 19. Did you know, a cat's least acute sense is taste? Whereas people have about 10,000 taste buds on their tongues, cats have less than 500. They cannot taste sweetness because they lack the receptor for it, unlike dogs, who can. This shortcoming does not mean that a cat does not enjoy eating, but it probably doesn't mean that the cat takes more pleasure in the smell of the food than in the taste.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 20. Did you know, Buddhists admired the feline species for its meditative powers? However, the cat is not mentioned in any of Buddhism's original scared texts and does not appear on the Buddhist list of protected animals. Why is this? According to a legend, cats were excluded because they fell asleep during the Buddha's funeral.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 21. Did you know cats are classified as digitigrade animals, meaning that they walk on their toes? They retract their front claws when they walk, but they usually leave their back claws out. Walking this way wears the back claws down, but it allows the front ones to remain as sharp as a knife unless they are trimmed regularly. This toe walking posture gives them a stealthy, quiet gait, perfect for stalking prey. Their retractable claws also help are used primarily for hunting, climbing, and defense.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 22. Did you know a cat typically has 12 whiskers on each side of its nose? These long hair, which are called vibrissae, are embedded deeper than the anima's other hairs. This depth is part of what makes the whiskers so sensitive to stimuli. Although they will regrow, you should never trim a cat's whiskers. Without its whiskers to help it judge the width of narrow spaces, a cat can get stuck in tight spots very easily. Interesting fact, some cats have whiskers for eyebrows.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 23. Catgrass typically refers to grasses that are safe and appealing for cats to chew on. The most common types include wheatgrass, Triticum aestivum, oatgrass, Avena sativa, barleygrass, Hordeum vulgar, ryegrass, Secale cereal. Cats eat grass for several reasons. It can aid in digestion, help with hairball elimination, and provide trace nutrients. Catgrass is easy to grow indoors. Just sprinkle the seeds in a shallow container with potting soil, keep it moist, and place it in a sunny spot.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 24. Did you know cats have evolved on all continents except Australia and Antarctica? The domestic cat is one of about 40 different species of cat that exist today. These 40 species can be divided into two groups. Panthera. This group includes the big cats that can roar, such as lions and tigers. They have a small hyoid bone at the base of their tongue that moves about freely, which enables them to roar. Felinae. This group includes the smaller cats that cannot roar, such as bobcats, lynx, and domestic cats. They have a rigid hyoid bone, which means that they cannot roar.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 25. Why do cats rub against us? Cats have scent glands on various body parts, including the face and paws. Cats release these scents, called pheromones, when they rub against furniture and other household items as a means of making their territory. When a cat rubs against you, it is claiming you in a similar way. You may notice that your pet performs this gesture whenever you've been in the presence of another animal. You may have forgotten of the dog that you saw at the park this morning, but the cat can still smell its scent on your clothes.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 26. A cat's nose. Did you know cat noses have unique patterns, much like human fingerprints? These patterns are made up of ridges and bumps on the nose, and no two cats have the same pattern. These unique nose patterns could potentially be used for cat identification, similar to how fingerprints are used for human identification.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 27. Did you know cats have 200 million scent receptors in their noses? More than most breeds of dog, so they are very sensitive to strong smells. This is why they often don't like the scented cat litter, as the smell is too strong for them. Cats don't have many taste receptors, so it's usually the smell of their food, rather than the taste that stimulates their appetite. That's why cats with blocked noses often go off their food, and some cats lick their wet food warmed up to strengthen the aroma.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 28. Did you know, just as a person has a dominant hand, a cat typically uses one front paw more than the other. This primary appendage has been associated with gender in both humans and felines. Most female cats are right-pawed, whereas males tend to be left-pawed. The numbers are a little different for people, but the trend is the same. Only about 10% of the human population is left-handed, but more often than not those lefties are males.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 29. Cats have acute hearing. Not only can a cat hear a sound from a considerable distance, but it can also discern the direction from where the noise came. A cat's hearing is a large part of what makes the species such adept mousers. While people cannot perceive the ultrasonic sounds made by small rodents, a cat ear can identify sound emitted at 60 to 65 kHz.
100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 30.
While many people assume cat hair is the issue, it's actually cat dander, tiny flakes of skin, saliva, and urine that typically trigger allergic reactions. These substances contain a protein called FeL-D1, which is the primary allergen. When cats groom themselves, the saliva containing FeL-D1 gets on their fur and skin, dries, and becomes airborne, which is why it seems like the hair is to blame. When a cat urinates, this protein can dry into microscopic particles that become airborne or settle into fabrics, carpets, and surfaces. When inhaled or touched, these particles can trigger allergic reactions in sensitive individuals.
100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 31. You know genes play an important role in the temperament of a cat. A friendly cat is more likely to produce friendly kittens. Interestingly, it is genes that a kitten inherits from his father that have the biggest impact on how outgoing it will be. The mother's genes also play a part, as does the maternal nurturing process, but the father's genetic material has a greater influence than the mother's on a kitten's personality. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 32. Did you know? Scratching is an instinctive behavior for cats. It serves several important purposes. 1. Sharpening claws. Scratching helps cats shed the outer layer of their claws and keep them sharp. 2. Marking territory. Cats have scent glands in their paws, so scratching leaves both a visual and scent mark. 3. Stretching and exercise. Scratching allows cats to stretch their muscles and tendons. 4. Stress relief. It can also be a way for cats to release pent-up energy or stress. A cat is more likely to scratch the furniture if it does not go out or if there is another cat in the home. Providing appropriate scratching posts can help prevent damage to furniture. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 33. Did you know? Cats often act like the "if I can't see you, you can't see me" rule applies universally. You'll see them hide their faces under blankets or behind furniture, leaving the rest of their bodies completely visible. It's a behavior partly rooted in instinct. In the wild, covering the eyes or face might help conceal vital features or mimic camouflage. But in a cozy home, it's more funny than stealthy. Here's a fun game to play with your cat. When the cat catches your eye, slowly blink. Many cats seem to enjoy it when people do this. Some will even mirror the gesture by blinking in response. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 34. Why do cats smell other cats' urine? When a female cat smells a male cat's urine, she learns a lot about him. For instance, she can tell how much fresh meat he has eaten recently. This information tells her whether he is a good hunter, and consequently helps her to determine if he is a suitable mate. When a male cat sniffs a female cat's urine, he can tell if she is in heat. A female cat will actually lift her tail and spray urine on objects to let her potential suitors know that she is available. The smell of urine can also tell a male cat whether the surroundings have been claimed by another male. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 35. Do you know? Cats are really finicky eaters. Although they have a reputation for being picky eaters, most cats enjoy food. Some come running as soon as they hear the sound of a can opening or dry food being poured into a dish. If a cat suddenly stops eating, you can be sure there is a reason. It could be a sign of an underlying issue. Here are some possible reasons. 1. Illness or pain, dental problems, infections, kidney disease, or other health conditions can cause appetite loss. 2. Stress or environmental changes, new surroundings, pets, or people can affect their behavior. 3. The food-related issues, spoiled food, a change in diet, or boredom with the same food may lead to refusal. 4. Obstruction or injury. Hairballs, foreign objects, or gastrointestinal problems can also be causes. 5. Most cats stop or reduce their food intake during their heat cycle.
100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 36. Cats have long been connected to superstition across many cultures, often symbolizing mystery, magic, and the supernatural. Here are some notable examples. 1. Black cats. Western superstition. In many Western cultures, black cats are considered bad luck, especially if one crosses your path. This belief dates back to the Middle Ages, when black cats were associated with witches. Opposite beliefs. In contrast, in countries like Scotland and Japan, black cats are considered good luck and symbols of prosperity. 2. Witches' familiars. During the European witch hunts, cats, especially black ones, were thought to be witches' familiars, or magical animals that aided in witchcraft. 3. Egyptian reverence. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered and protected, especially associated with the goddess Bastet, symbolizing protection, fertility, and motherhood. 4. Folklore and omens. Russian folklore. A cat running across your path from right to left is bad luck, but left to right is good luck. Pirate beliefs. Sailors often brought cats on ships for good luck and pest control. A cat going toward you was lucky, but walking away signaled misfortune.
100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 37. Why do cats sleep in strange places? Well, cats like to sleep in unusual places and will choose from a wide range of location. Cats enjoy curling up in confined spaces that make them feel protected and secure, and are particularly attracted by a soft, warm location such as bed. A laundry basket is also very desirable to a cat. Warm cloths and linens from the dryer feel wonderful to a cat, looking for a comfortable spot to take a nap. Conversely, don't be surprised if you find your cat sleeping in the bathroom sink. Many cats, especially long-haired breed, enjoy curling up in an empty basin as a means of staying cool during warm weather. Some cats will even nap in the sink in the dead of winter. Curling up in this small round space that fits their bodies so well probably makes them feel safe. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 39. What is the average litter size? A litter of cats refers to a group of kittens born to the same mother at the same time. First-time mothers usually give birth to 2 or 3 kittens. Cats that have had previous litter usually have more kitten, typically 4 or 5. The largest litter of kittens ever delivered was by a Siamese cat. She had 19 kittens, but 4 of them were stillborn. The oldest known cat to give birth belonged to a man named George Johnstone of England. In May of 1987, Kitty was 30 years old when she delivered 2 kittens. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 40. Do you know why cats need? They are territorial. They are happy. They are natural optimists. Answer is all of the above. Some cats need as means of marking their territory. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads that are released when they need. Other cats need to express contentment and emotional security. When a kitten wants to nurse, it uses its paws to knead its mother. The action stimulates the milk flow. Many cats continue this behavior into adulthood, simply out of habit. Since the act produced a reward at one time, they may be hoping that it will do so again. 100 Days of Cat Facts.
Day 41.
Did you know? Cats have the largest eyes of any mammal in relation to body size. Cats can see in color. They are partially colorblind. A cat's eyes can detect the smallest of movements, even in extremely low light. It is a myth that cats can see in total darkness, but they can distinguish images in as little as 1/5 the amount of light that people and most animals need for seeing. This visual acuity gives wild cats a clear advantage against their prey when hunting at night. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 42. Why do cats like to perch in high places? Most cats feel safest when they are perched on something high. Their risk of being attacked from above is far greater when they are on the ground or floor. This risk is significantly lowered when cats are elevated. The feeling of security is one of the reasons that many cats like to climb onto tall furniture. If you have a dog, it may be a good idea to buy or build a carpeted tower for the cat so that it can escape to higher ground whenever it feels the need. Some cats even like to eat on elevated surfaces. Cats also view height as a sign of status. The cat at the top of the cat tree is usually the top cat indeed. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 44. A grave discovery. The ancient Egyptians thought so highly of their cats that they mummified them when they died. The center of the Egyptian cult of the feline goddess Bastet was a city in the Nile Delta called Bubastis. Every year, a great festival would be held, and the people would make the pilgrimage along the Nile to attend. Among other rituals, sacrifices of young cats would be made. Bubastis is the site of Egypt's most famous cat cemetery. It seems that many of the mummified cats that have been unearthed were the victims of sacrifice, since they had had their necks broken. Most were young, not yet fully grown, and may well have been bred especially for this purpose. In 1888, more than 300,000 mummified cats were discovered in a cemetery in Bubastis. The remains were unwrapped and shipped abroad to be used as fertilizer. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 45. Do you know? A cat does not need to chew its food. For humans to swallow and properly digest food, we must grind it into small pieces with our teeth first. As we chew, enzymes from saliva help to break down the food. Cat saliva contains no such enzymes. Wild cats use their teeth primarily for killing prey and tearing the meat into chunks that are just small enough to swallow whole. Domestic cats have retained this ability. You may hear your pet crunch a piece of dry kibble once or twice, just enough to break it into slightly smaller pieces. Dental health food formulas typically require more chewing. In general, though, a cat can continue to eat, even if it loses all its teeth. This evolutionary trait does not mean that you should not care for your pet's teeth, however. Periodontal disease can lead to a number of other dangerous health problems. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 46. The Hairless Sphinx. The Sphinx cat breed is best known for being virtually hairless due to a recessive mutation. It comes in all the same colors and patterns as other breeds do, since coat color in cats is literally more than skin deep. The Sphinx originated in Toronto, Canada, in 1966. This breed is a practical option for many cat lovers who are allergic to cat hair. As you may imagine, Sphinxes get cold more easily than other cats, so owners must be mindful of temperature. Sphinxes also get dirty more quickly than other breeds. Use a baby wipe with lanolin to give your Sphinx a sponge bath in between conventional baths. The Mythical Sphinx. The mythical Sphinx has a lion's body and a human head. It has been depicted in different cultures around the world since ancient times, sometimes as a benevolent creature and sometimes malevolent. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 47. How can cats fit through small spaces? It is a common misconception that cats do not have collarbones. Many people think that cats are so flexible and nimble because they lack a clavicle, but the truth is that their collarbone is simply free-floating. It does not connect with the other bones in the body in the way that people's bones do. Having non-rigid shoulders allows cats to fit through any space that accommodates their head. It also helps them to twist their bodies quickly so that they can land on their feet, although it is a myth that cats can do this every time. 100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 48. Do cats dream? No one knows for certain whether cats dream when they sleep, but many owners regularly observe signs of dreaming in their pets. Like humans, cats experience REM sleep, the stage most associated with vivid dreaming. During REM sleep, their brains are active, and they often display physical signs, like paw twitching, whisker movement, or soft vocalizations, that suggest they're mentally engaged in something. possibly reliving their day or imagining a scenario. So, while we can't know exactly what they're dreaming about, evidence strongly points to the fact that cats, like many mammals, do dream.
100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 49.
Stray or feral? What is the difference between a stray cat and a feral cat? A stray cat is an animal that once had a home. It may be lost, or it may have been abandoned, but it is usually tame. A feral cat is a cat that was born to either a stray or another feral cat. Most feral cats do not know how to act around people because they have never been part of a human family. Many people think that feral cats cannot adapt to life in a home. The truth is that rescuing a feral cat can be a challenge to even the most experienced cat owner, but it is not an impossible task. Kittens are typically the easiest to tame, but each situation is different. If you are considering taking in a feral cat, talk to a veterinarian or the staff at a local shelter. They can answer any questions that you may have before you make a decision.
100 Days of Cat Facts. Day 50.
Handling a cat. Never grab a cat by the scruff of its neck. Although kittens go limp when their mothers pick them up and carry them around this way, cats do not react in the same way when a person uses this approach. Mother cats only pick up their kittens by the scruff when they are tiny and weigh very little. The right way to pick a cat is to place one hand under the cat's chest and use the other hand to support its rump. The safer the cat feels when it is with you, the more comfortable and relaxed it will be. For more fascinating cat videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.